petitioners on Thursday filed petitions arguing that the requirements infringe on the rights of individuals to elect or be elected into office. They added that the law violates the Constitution as it introduces unnecessary hurdles for those seeking to vie for elective posts. Let's get more from KTN's Emmanuel To.
Let's give a listening so that we'll be able to know. Leadership is not only about academic qualifications, Mr. Speaker.
After high-octane public discussion on whether or not the requirement for legislative candidates to have university degrees should be enforced, the battle has now moved to court. Two petitioners have filed a case under certificate of urgency at the Milimani High Court seeking an interpretation of the constitutionality of Section 22 of the Election Act. As is, the law requires MP and MCA contestants to have a degree from a recognized university as a qualification. The first petitioner, youth policy activist Gloria Ruoba, argues that Section 22 of the Election Act violates Article 38 of the Constitution. She says, quote, by Parliament introducing requirement for conventional degree via the Election Act, majority of Kenyans who would otherwise be qualified have been locked out. She also cited the 2019 census report, which indicated that only 2% of Kenyans had a chance to access university education. The other petitioner, Sheria Mtaani, argues that the COVID-19 pandemic disrupted the academic year 2020 entirely, therefore hampering and frustrating many Kenyans who wanted to have their degrees on time.
Wakati iliingia, mambo ikaharibika, shule zikasimama, kwa hivyo watakuwa disadvantage.
If you want to bring somebody who is a class 4 dropout, he will not understand the figures.
In a similar gesture, Elgeyo Marakwet Senator Kipchumba Murkomen had last week moved an amendment in Parliament that wants anyone who is able to read and write in English or Swahili language or literacy in Kenya Sign Language to be qualified to vie. Deputy President William Ruto has promised to marshal support to suspend the Elections Act in Parliament.
It is not reasonable that only 1% of Kenyans qualify to vie for elective positions, and we disenfranchise 99% of the population.
Mr. Speaker, we cannot have people who have no basic education qualification to participate in the function of budget-making process of this House.
Let us be serious. You expect the chair of budget committee like Kanini Kega here, looking at budget estimates, and membership of that committee has people who have not gone beyond standard 7, standard 8.
Emmanuel To, KTN News, Nairobi.
Let us retain this.
Right, so that story by Emmanuel To brings us to the end of some of the stories that we had for you this morning on KTN News Center, and I'd like to leave you with an interview that was conducted by my colleague Sophia Wanuna last night. She was interviewed